All right, hello again, everybody. We are back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we're continuing with the theme of green. We just 5-0'd green white. We streamed it the whole time, which was really cool. Some people who are fans of the channel checked it out. Some of them are still here. And we are about to jump into a green-black deck that is a bit different. Basically, the style of deck we have not played, I think, since week 1 of Ravnica Standard. But Gabe Nassif has been playing with this on his stream, which I recommend. He streams like AM-ish time on the East Coast in the US, which is great for me. And he's got himself a Stitcher's Supplier, Glowspore Shaman style deck with Midnight Reapers and Molderhulks. And I think the idea being that you actually are very good in the mirror with this, and you're pretty good against Drakes, and you're very, very good against Jeskai. And those are kind of like the three big targets in the metagame right now. He did note that mono red was the toughest, and I can see that being the case. I think that the white decks might be kind of okay, but we'll find out. I mean, Stitcher Supplier is pretty good at blocking those white decks until they grow their stuff. So this looks to be fun. I'm hoping that we can win some with it. If we lose, we lose. No big deal. Winning is not everything, although it's a nice bonus. Yeah, and so if you didn't catch from the deck list screen there, the long game plan is Molderhulk, Molderhulk, Molderhulk. And instead of having a Spore package, we're going to be generating a lot of our card advantage off of Midnight Reapers, which is one of the reasons this deck does not fare so well against red, mono red in specific, because you're paying life to draw your cards and making it easier for them to burst you down with lightning strikes and wizard's lightning and shocks. So what we're hoping to play against are other mid-range decks, control decks, and then maybe we can scrap out some wins against white weenie style deck. All right, I mean, this is like seems like a very good hand. We have Shaman into Midnight Reaper. Shaman seems to be the key card here. And looks like we're up against Esper Control. And let's see if they have the Essence Scatter or the Syncopate for us. We do. But they miss a land drop, which means we can go for a Midnight Reaper, and that sticks, which is insane. Basically almost game winning. So it means if they want to take this off the board, they have to give us a card. And that's not what their deck is trying to do. So second main phase, the question is, are we just jamming a second Reaper into a counterspell, or are we jamming the Vraska into the counterspell? And I guess we're jamming the Reaper into the counterspell. Oh, not getting countered at all. So now if they have a Wrath or some similar effect, we're going to get to draw 4 cards. We do need to be conscious of Settle the Wreckage. They didn't have a counter at all last turn, which makes me think I can just get this on the board. If this gets countered, I'm not too worried. Alright. So I think we're just plussing and not sacrificing. They don't have double white. Alright, they're scooping. Alright, so against them, we got to assume that they're going to have some planeswalkers. I think we're going to want Eldest Reborn. Chupacabra seems like weak here. So let's bring in Eldest Reborn, the Immortal Sun. We can probably take out Vraska. Seems pretty bad against them too. We'll bring in Karn, even though it's a Nombo, with the Immortal Sun, but it's just a 1x. Findbroker seems really good. Contempt And maybe we can like cut the Necrotic Wound for another Contempt and play it like this. Obviously, there are cards in here that we still don't really care about, like the Kraul Foragers. Is it possible we should be bringing another Harpooner? Or like Deathgorge Scavenger, I'm not sure. Kraul Foragers does seem pretty miserable though, so maybe just a quicker card is better. Artifact or enchantment. Reclamation Sage could actually be okay. Only because they may have Eldest Reborn of their own. Or Search for Iskanta. Or, I mean, they're playing white, so they could have Ixalan's Binding. Alright, so we muddled our way through the sideboarding there. I mean, I guess we're keeping this. And we're going to look to fill our graveyard. This is so good, but I think it's going to get countered. So I'd rather just play this. Oh no, wow. We got our own personal Howling Mine here. There's no way they counter this, right? Wow. So if they're countering that, they're doing it because they want to surveil themselves. I have to imagine. Now we get to get our little Howling Mine into play. And here's the combo. Are you ready for this? If they let this resolve. This is called the freebie. Boink. Take action. Hey. So honestly here, if they Wrath us or something, and we get a bunch more cards in the graveyard, this Molderhulk is going to be virtually free. Fairy. So we have a nice punish here in Midnight Reaper, because if their plan is to play a cast down or something, then they can't counter the Midnight Reaper. If they counter the Midnight Reaper, they lose their Teferi here. Yeah, the synergies, the Greenseeker synergies. And I guess we'll look since we're missing our land drop here. Findbroker. Findbroker's good though. I think we're at a point where we more or less want them to Wrath us. Okay. Play it again. If they counter this, we get some free damage on Teferi. Alright, let's look for a land. Take action. Almost the right color. If we had tapped manually, we would have been fine. We would have been able to play Molderhulk here. That's an example of the auto-tapper favoring this land because of its ability, even though we would not have in any scenario been able to use it. and it punished us. Because we could have just played a 6/6 there. There's their search for Skanta, though. So now we just want to draw land and play Carnage Tyrant. I guess we're just going to send all 3 at the Teferi. And potentially get settled here. Come on. Or they'll just have a piece of removal. Yeah, I think it's worth it to jam Molderhulk here. They may not have a counter. If they do, they can't flash back their Chemister's Insight. If they don't, and we just get to do this nonsense. And then we have to decide, are we Findbrokering? Yeah, I think we are. I think we want to Findbroker back a Midnight Reaper. Well, they removed it from the game. They exiled it. So we don't have the Memorial lock on them. But we have 3 more Molderhulks. And they only have so many more Vraska's Contempts. And if they give us a Molderhulk, that's like sick, right? Let's just get Teferi off the board. Another Contempt. That's awesome. Use those Contempts. Please. I think we even want to just go wide here. And save the Tyrant for next turn. Don't need. Do need. Alright, they have Essence Scatter, which means they don't have Essence Scatter for Molderhulk. Main phase Chemister's Insight is always good news for us, I think. Though they could also be doing it because they're going to get to untap lands with Teferi. Alright, so as always, let's see if we get our wish this time. Eventually, oh, they got Chromium. Well, we have an answer to Chromium, to be honest. It's not hexproof. They can discard a card if they want to save it. Take action. Sick. Molderhulk will get back another Memorial. That's probably their only Chromium. So they're pretty much on Teferi to win at this point. We have to remember that we have this Golgari Raiders down here, which will haste for 13. It's not insignificant. Let's go like this, see if they have another Contempt, another removal spell. Looks like we're finally axing this Teferi. Which means I think we'll just play the Carnage Tyrant. And we're going to play the land because the Memorials to Folly, we just want the land in play. Might as well not take the damage. They're in a bit of a tight spot, I would say. Even though they've drawn quite a lot of cards. Cast down's not very good for them. They've used up 2 Contempts. I mean, Nova, yeah. Zulaball's pointing out they could have Nova. Nova's not even that bad for us, to be honest. Because of these Memorials. I guess the question is, do we just go for Nova Protection this turn and bring back a Midnight Reaper? Or do we just want to leave these Memorials intact? I think we just want to leave them. I guess we'll hold this land. Yep. So it looks like their plan is to counter this or something next turn. They need to find an answer to Carnage Tyrant. They probably only have like 1 or 2 Novas. It looks like they're the blue-black base build of the deck, splashing for Teferi. So I don't think they're on the 4 Nova plan or anything like that. They probably don't even have Settle. This content at least lets us see what they get. Another Cast Down. Cast Down just treads water for them, honestly. The Teferi in plus. They're kind of just throwing the Teferi away. Unless they just are really hoping that we don't go after their face. Huh. I wonder if it's worth it to get back the Raiders here. I think it is. It's a lot of damage. And they're a little bit choked on mana even after they untap here. They don't untap any white. We'd lead with the Raiders. No, we'd lead with the Molderhulk. Alright, they sabotage it. And now they cast down the Raiders. I guess we just hold it. We just play Greenseeker. If I had done that in the other order, would they have countered the Raiders? This goes here, this goes here. We want this Carnage Tyrant to stay lethal, and we just need to tick the Teferi down once to keep them from making forward progress towards Emblem. We have 2 more Molderhulks in the deck. And we have 2 more Memorials that we can draw. Getting back Raiders may have been a mistake there. Wait, Windmill Lance. Wow. And they have the cast down for this Golgari Raiders. Guess we make them use it though. No. We just find. Carnage Tyrant and Molderhulk. Get back Memorial. Discard Golgari Raiders to Eldest Reborn. Oh, uncomfortable spot with this Eldest Reborn here. They don't have amazing targets, though. Other than, like... Yeah, they don't really have amazing targets. Ooh. Why are they doing that? They're getting rid of their higher loyalty to Fairy to plus to Fairy again? Wow. This is a super interesting play by our opponent. I gotta give them credit here. They replay to Fairy so that they can rebuy. Huh. It's pretty intriguing. However, it's like we kind of throw a wrench in their plan here with this Stitcher Supplier. Now they're forced to counter this. Let's just count what they've used here. 1 Sinister, 2 Sinister, 3 Sinister, 2 Essence Scatter. So do we just get the Molderhulk and play it? I guess that's the riskiest thing to do. This is really close. We know that they're going to get the... They're going to go get their Eldest Reborn with their Escanta here. If they have another counterspell, it's pretty bad. But I think we're just going to go for it like this. Oh, they had it. That's brutal. Alright, so that's the last Sinister Sabotage at least. Eldest is not 3 turns away, Zulabal, because they could have activated the Escanta and gotten it back. And then the only reason they didn't do that here is because they knew they didn't have to now. That was why they put it in the they put it into their deck so that they can get it back with Escanta and replay it. So now they get to draw it and play it, and we need to top deck. We need to top deck a Molderhulk and have them not have a counterspell. Ooh, I think we lost this one, team. All right, let's just move on to the next game. Drawing 1 per turn against them drawing 2, and then their Eldest coming off. We're not going to be able to win, I don't think. So for the sake of video length, Let's take another look. So maybe we do want a second Reclamation Sage. Plaguecrafter seems good. Maybe we cut the Harpooner. No, not Deathgorge. Reclamation Sage to take out their enchantments. Do we want the Vraska? Doesn't seem that good. We've had videos where we just beat a Vraska as a control deck pretty easily. Let's play. Alright, I like this hand. Turn 2 Greenseeker that they won't be able to counter. They go to 6 cards. We got all our colors lined up. Not sure double Reclamation Sage is what we were hoping for here, but... I'm just going to hold these Reclamation Sages and use the Greenseeker on their end step. They played 2 check lands. Alright, so they're representing Counterspell. Ooh, we found our own Ellis Reborn. That's sick. Let's just play one, then to have a clock. If they want to counter this, they can counter this. Yeah, that's awesome for us. They're syncopating a card. They're syncopating a 3-mana 2/1. It's getting no value. We're just going to keep working this Greenseeker. Well, let's just play Harpooner. We don't want them just drawing 2 for free. Yeah, so we have to put a little bit of a clock down. To this drawing 2 anyways. Try to get the Greenseeker down. Greenseeker's going to be our key to victory here. Just keep moving us through our deck, making our land drops. We were a little mana choked last game, to be honest. I felt it. Oh, that's not what we want. Ooh, that's sick for us, though. Reclamation Sage target. Eat it. No, my immortal son. Ooh, we got him, boys. And by boys, I mean friends. Nice chromium. Think I'll take it, nerd. Alright, make him discard. think we just go for it. We don't have an amazing land down here, but we just want to get... We don't want them to just freely splash back these chemisters and sites. It's fine. So that's one less Essence Scatter they have to protect a Teferi from Plaguecrafter. And honestly, Chromium's going to be a bit of a tough nut for them to crack, I gotta say. Alright, so they do this. See if they have an answer. I mean, what's a better outcome than that? I misordered this. I should have done Plaguecrafter second. Reaper first. I would have drawn a card off of sacrificing the Plaguecrafter to itself. Alright, you Eldest Reborn me, I Eldest Reborn you back. Ooh, Karn's pretty good. Oh, this is bad. No, I Karn and plus, okay. And this way I can discard what I plus. Yeah, so we'll discard the swamp. This is going to be tight. Them having Eldest Reborn there is pretty obnoxious. Ho-hum, Stitcher Supplier. Wow. Why? Sometimes you just gotta ask why. So do we want the Glowspore Shaman, or do we just want two randoms? I think we just want two randoms. So that's a sick pair, because they don't really want to give us the land, and they don't really want to give us the Midnight Reaper. Yeah, Zealand's saying that I have eldest advantage, but I'm not sure, because it looks like they're probably going to get back either... I'm guessing they're going to get back to Fairy here. Maybe they get back Chromium. They haven't used any Sinister Sabotages, so... They're getting back Findbroker. Oh, they're doing the old Findbroker to get back Eldest Reborn trick. That's what my deck's supposed to do. Damn. So I guess we're sacrificing Midnight Reaper. I'm drawing. We're in a pretty tight spot. Ugh. We're in a really tight spot here. This is a weird play by them. I would call this a very strange play by them. Now we get Eldest Reborn. They sack Findbroker. And we can just play for Chromium here. Right? Wow, they didn't sack Findbroker, they sacked their Teferi. Oh, okay, they had another Teferi. Alright, it looks like we lost this. They have all the Haymakers. This is rough. If they're just going to have all the Elder Reborns and Teferis, we're probably not going to win. So this deck is supposed to be very good against Jeskai. Apparently Esper is a much harder matchup because of this Elder Reborn card. The Elder Reborn is just thrashing us. Ugh. I think we have to hold this to eventually discard the Chromium, though. I think getting back Chromium is our only out here. Oh, so theirs is going off again, which means they're probably going to get Chromium back. Which means we can get Teferi back. Yeah. I think we lost. This sucks. This Teferi is just housing us. Alright, I guess we just scoop here because we're dead next turn, right? Like virtual dead. That was super rough. I just felt like their draw was so perfect against ours there. And I don't know, I bet that's a winnable matchup. If circumstances align, but that felt really unfortunate. Yeah, so we're starting off 0-1. Which is, you know, it's a thing, it happens. And we will be right back in YouTube terms and in Twitch terms because we were streaming this round as well. I'm just going to end the video now. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what I could have done differently. I know Zealand will for sure in chat. She's always happy to oblige with what I did wrong. But yeah, we're ending the video here. We'll be back soon with the next round, and everyone on Twitch hang tight while we transition into the next set of games.